Boomer game. Okay, we're gonna be jumping right into it. Okay,
So
OSU on Scarlet, Illini on Gray. There's the score counter.
we've already seen some shots and some plays already right off the jump.
Yeah, this is the big boy, so we're gonna see some solid gameplay. I'm sure of it, at least compared to what we've seen before from some of our players.
Absolutely. Looks like he's
Yeah, a
taking
lot
the.
of wall play.
Yeah,
Love to see that at a high level because if you have the ball going off the wall, it's super hard for someone to come contest that. And a real quick shot there from Stu to get one up on Illini 30 seconds in.
yeah, I think that was just really unexpected from them. I don't think the Illini were expecting a really quick shot right down the middle, especially. It's usually contested all the time, so that was a good play by Ohio State there.
And that's that wall play. So being able to control the ball on the wall, coming off the ceiling, or just air dribbling it off, it's very hard for the opponent to contest that because they have to read every single little touch that you can do. And so if you have that car and ball control to be able to keep it kind of magnetized to your car, then there's not much the opponent can do about it.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's going to be interesting to see how they get the passing play off the wall.
hmm Yeah, and we're just seeing the ball kind of stuck in Ohio State's side here. Queeds, good job at taking a 50 off of that air dribble there.
Absolutely. And when we were watching the practice matches, we were talking a lot about Queets, and he comes in just
There it
perfectly in
is.
time. We were talking about just how good he is technically and off the ball, and here he comes in to read a pass and an amazing shot over both of the
Yeah,
defenders there.
great shot from Queeds, but I definitely give a little bit more credit to Perk Dog there. Coming off the ceiling, he was boosting downwards to make sure that he could get to the ball quick enough to have another touch on that to pass it over. So really good communication from our OSU team here.
Absolutely. They're doing fantastic right now. Two early goals before 2 minutes in the game. Almost just
hmm
got a third there.
Yeah, and Illinois seems to kind of be bunching up a little bit on defense, and even on offense. I saw, uh, so that's why OSU is able to take advantage of their game so much. Is they're just calling out these positioning errors, getting the ball to where it needs to be, and then shooting it right on net.
Absolutely. And I think one thing to notice is we have to be, before the game, we were just talking about the cars some of the players are using, and we are not seeing all octanes, I believe. And I think there's one different on each side.
There
Um,
is, yeah. So Stu looks to be rocking the Dominic. I think Queeds is on the Finnick.
yeah,
Illinois, I'm not sure. Looks most octanes.
yeah. Oh, so it was both on
Ugh.
our side, and they just
Yeah,
got it.
big defensive error there from OSU. Just kind of leaving your players out to dry. That 50 killed perfectly mid for Dogwater to just take that and shoot it open on net.
Yeah, unfortunately, that was just maybe a little bit of a lack of concentration, but I'm sure they'll be able to bounce back here.
hmm Yeah, I called that the mailbox. You're just putting the mail right into the mailbox. No contest.
That's a good name for it. I like that a lot. I might start using that terminology now.
I'm sure as you play Rocket League more with friends, you'll come up with a bunch of terminology. I know. I'm sure our Rocket League players in the chat can relate to that too.
Yeah, it just gets a shot here that hits the bar. I was really, really close. Oh,
Yeah, nice try there from V. Just scaring defense. Could have been on. I'm sure it would have been safe, but just having that pressure there makes OSU commit to a save, whether it's in or not. So as long as
absolutely.
you keep that pressure up, eventually you'll get it in, and there it is, V with the shot from up top.
Yeah, absolutely. Perk Dog just tried to get a clearance, and it was a nice block, and V was just able to poach it before the defender and goal could really react to it, especially being so high up. It was a nice touch. It was a nice play.
Yeah, Queez was just rotating back to net, so there was almost no chance of him getting up to the ball in time.
Yeah, and as you can see, I mean, it's anyone's game right now. I mean, at first, Ohio State was dominating. It looks like it's getting turned around. It's really hard to just tell exactly, who's going to be the dominant team in this game so far. It looks like both sides are doing their jobs and maybe making mistakes here and there, but that's what both sides are doing. And it's looking to be a pretty evenly matched setup here.
Yeah, so a pinch from Dogware gets it mid for V to try to take a shot here, not quite in, but Illini is able to keep it on OSU's team, but it doesn't seem like there's really anyone contesting this ball, and Perk Dog just gets it for free for a little bit. OSU just struggling to get this ball out of their half right now.
Absolutely. They might want to try and put the pressure on here if they want to be able to score. Looks like they're countering.
1 minute left, so it's really just whoever gets this next goal is going to have huge momentum going to the last minute.
Absolutely. Let's see what they do with this defensive.
Yeah, it looks like ball possession is favoring Illini. Great pinch there from OSU to get it out. V with a little bit of a mechanical misplay, but Illini is able to keep possession.
Looks like Dogwater's pushing up now, trying to get the ball in, and that was a nice clearance from Perk Dog.
Yeah, we need to see some huge hits from OSU. They just need to bang out of their half and maybe get it to a teammate here on Perk Dog. Perk Dog on the wall, almost able to shoot it.
Very close opportunity. Stu just tries to commit really early.
Yeah, he's able to tip it a little bit. Just unfavorable 50s so far, it looks like, coming from OSU. Still controlling it a little bit, just trying to keep it on Blue's half for as long as possible. Possible shot here from Queeds, not able to get it. Oh, it looks like an open net here for Blue, but Stu's able to take it down. Doesn't look like they're going to kill. Oh, and
just tries to kill the ball.
Curse.
Completely.
Yeah, that's rule 1. Illini doesn't follow it, I guess. Got to keep that ball up in overtime.
Yeah.
Oh, we're told it's Illini, not Illini. Okay, so orange here, OSU just still struggling, kind of carrying over from last ball. They're just Blue's able to just keep that possession.
Tries to go for a block. Let's see what Queeds can do over here. See if he can put the pressure. It's a nice solid block. He just gets that cleared. Looks like OSU are doing a pretty good job applying some pressure right now, but like I said, it's pretty evenly matched on both sides. Teams are doing their jobs, rotating and getting nice hits.
Yeah, and when the ball is getting too fast for their team, they're just taking the opportunity to slow it down rather than maybe speed it up or take a more aggressive play style. It seems like both teams are taking this defensive play style, not going for too many risks, but not really getting many rewards either.
Absolutely, and I think that's what both teams are trying to accomplish. I think they're just trying to get a feel out for both the attack and defense, how they're dominating, and see what technically they can do for these matches.
Perk Dog had a great boost pickup there, just keeping control and then getting a super lucky spawn to be able to control it even more. It's going to take OSU a little bit to maybe get the shot on net, but it goes right in Perk Dog.
This was really, really good wall play here from Stu. He was able to just get a nice pinch, and obviously V just had to get a clearance there because he was in there, but Perk Dog was able to follow it up with a perfectly placed shot.
Yeah, boost possession, I think, won OSU that game there. Able to get around, get on all sides of the court, and make sure that Illini is struggling for that boost.
Yeah, absolutely, and we can see on both sides. I mean, this is a very competitive match, and it's just going to come down to little mistakes, just like right there. I mean, V just had to get a clearance, and it was just right in there for Perk Dog to just be able to hit it in. And I mean, this is probably what we're going to be seeing here over the next couple matches or so. I mean, it's just going to be really close. I don't think there's much momentum on each side right now. I mean, despite OSU getting a good win, I think they're going to keep their heads on both sides, and it's going to be an interesting matchup.
Yeah, both teams are going to need those super fast, like we saw with the overtime, those super fast passing plays, get it away from the defender. The only mistake we really saw maybe on the defensive side was OSU with that first goal that Illini got when it was just wide open, the mailbox. They couldn't touch it.
Yeah.
But other than that, it seems like these teams are pretty solid overall, and we're going to have to ramp this up. Both teams are going to have to ramp it up if they want to see more points.
Yeah.
They were kind of keeping it defensive and slow. The only goals were really scored from those super fast passing plays.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was really... Oh, we're back into the next game. All right, let's just jump right into
just
it.
Rapid fire. Yeah, so those passing plays, definitely want to look out for those.
Yeah, and interesting to see. Oh wow, already a
Is that the
post effort.
mailbox? That's early on.
Two mailbox goals.
Sad to see from OSU, but just seems like it was a kickoff rotation error possibly because Perk Dog I think was the one that went for that. Went mid for boost, and then also his teammate that was back also seemed to go for boost. So they just had a little bit of a miss rotation there from their team.
And unfortunately, it results in a goal. But
Mm-hmm.
it's been interesting because you mentioned it earlier, saying how both teams are kind of playing defensive right now, kind of feeling it out, and it looks like already I can see it's starting to get a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more fast paced, going for a little bit more aggressive pinches and blocks and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So
That pinch from Perk Dog probably isn't what he wanted, as it seems to just give up possession right back to Illini.
absolutely, and B here just tries to tuck it in, and looks like OSU is just a little bit on the cusp right now, trying to clear this, get an attacking play.
Mm-hmm. I'm not sure if that bump caused that goal, but that might have been another mailbox,
Another
possibly.
mailbox. It was a
Oh,
great
V just
shot of the
had a
goal.
little bit of an error. Oh, wow, that was the takeout from Queens, yeah.
Yeah.
V seemed to mess up their half flip a little bit on that, possibly, and was able to just get taken out
Yeah.
by our attacker Queens.
Yeah, he was just having a bad day for a second, just trying to get that flip off the defend, and Queens just had to make his day a little bit worse with that
Yeah.
block.
Yeah, but even speaking of those half flips, with becoming more aggressive, we're starting to see more of these movement mechanics coming out from players. Constant air rolls to make sure that they're landing on their feet. These wave dashes coming in to make sure you're just getting to the ball that much quicker
Yeah.
as well.
Oh, a little bit of a
A little bit of
slow.
fifth grade soccer there, just kind of ball up in the air, not sure what to do.
Dog water gets
Most players
clean.
just low on boost, so they're regaining their composure, grabbing those 100s and bringing it right back. Queens with a great 50 goes to the side up the wall for Spooky, and another great 50.
Looks like it's just stuck in the corner here. Let's see what OSU can do with it.
It's those outplays on the corner, so it's those milliseconds, right, where it comes down to just whoever reacted quicker to be able to get to that ball, who hit their wave dash perfectly, who's properly using their boost, hitting the speed flips. It really comes down to the smallest increment to determine who gets possession out of the corner there.
Absolutely. And it's going to be very
Light,
important for them mechanically, too.
light touches here from Perk Dogs on the wall. We really want him to get it out off the backboard because if we just leave it soft in our corners, then we're just going to see boosts being stolen from our side and more shot opportunities. So that's really what it comes down to as well, making sure you're not getting all your boosts taken while you're trying to clear the ball.
This looks like an open counterattack for OSU. Let's see what they do with it. Just flips it up right there. Looks like it's
Yeah,
blocked.
defender was a little late for that, but I think Queens panicked a bit and just tried to get any touch he could to get around, but it wasn't enough.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Dude bumping his own teammate with zero boost, kind of just driving around like a headless chicken.
Yeah.
A motorless car, maybe.
I don't know if it's just me, but it just seems like they're getting really, really aggressive on both sides. It's completely different
Yeah,
mindset from last game.
it could be a good thing and it could be a bad thing because we're also seeing these players kind of going for balls that they shouldn't be when they're low or zero on boost, and just leaving their teammates out of the rotation. We saw some bumps on your teammates, specifically from Stu a little bit ago. So it's balancing that aggressiveness with also making sure you're rotating properly.
Yeah, and it just seems like maybe it's like a facade of like confidence. Maybe they just both think that they're better than the other, and it's causing them to get really
Mm-hmm.
aggressive and try and get some really hard hits and maybe not rotating as much. But I mean, they're
Yeah,
holding off properly on both sides, and it looks
shot
like
opportunity from Spooky, and it goes right under the defender there. Yeah, so with the aggressiveness that you were saying, it's Rocket League, so it's fast paced. You want to just be quicker to the ball than the opponent, and that's what happened there with Spooky. Queez just wasn't prepared on defense there, and V was able to just get it right under the defender.
yeah, and with a minute left to go here, it's only 2-1. I feel like it's a relatively low scoring game for how aggressive both sides have been, but It could
Yeah.
change here.
Yeah, so both teams going for aggressive stuff as well, but I think they're doing a great job on pure defense, but not necessarily on the rotation aspect.
Yeah.
So, like I said, with the zero boost stuff, not playing the boost game properly, that also, when Queeds rotated for boost, that could have caused a misrotation as well. And we're seeing this here, teams just being slow to rotate back and Queeds zero boost and not able to get that mid. He's just going to be out of the play for way longer than we want him to be. And that's just wide open. Luckily, Stu got there in time.
Yeah, it was almost another mailbox.
Another mailbox, yeah. Yeah, it comes down to that boost. So Illini is just going to look to control this ball, keep it in OSU's half as long as possible, and just close out this game 2-1. 3-1, it looks like. Wow. Yeah, there's a little bump there on defense. And I think OSU's just, again, not properly conserving their boost, going for some balls they really shouldn't be going for.
Defensive approach to just try and stall and keep the ball dead, and they did a really good job of that. And OSU just like they took their aggression. I mean, they've been playing like that all game, and both sides have actually. And we can see here when one person gets one goal and is one goal up. I mean, all they have to do is just withhold that pressure, just absorb it like a sponge.
Yeah, that's the correct the sponge. That's the correct play to do for sure. What Illini did there, and we're seeing this mismatch maybe. OSU has these solo queue warriors going for these mechanical outplays, very quick to the ball, and then Illini with the composed passing plays. They were doing a pretty decent job of keeping their boost conserved, keeping their boost protected as well in those corners. So when the ball's in their half, maybe having a player that's low, keeping that communication, rotating out, grabbing the boost so that OSU couldn't get it and continue to keep the ball in their half.
Absolutely, and I thought it was really interesting watching the game because I don't remember too many times where there was numbers up on the attack. At least, I mean, for how aggressive we said that we were playing, it seemed like they were just like trying to scramble to find boost. They're being really aggressive about it, but maybe they weren't necessarily numbers up on the attack and trying to get position well to score.
I see less solo plays here. That's all I'm thinking for this game for OSU. Is call out where you are to your teammate that has possession, get a pass out, get a nice shot, just solid Rocket League.
Absolutely. We can see here all three of them were on one side, which could be a little bit detrimental.
Scary off the backboard there for OSU. And Stu, luckily that wasn't any faster. He was just stuck in time, stuck in space there.
Yeah.
Able to get back and get that out of there.
It's a good half flip for a good clearance there. It could have been a lot worse for OSU.
Another, just for at least for our Rocket League players in chat, I'm sure you can see it when players are going for these touches that they maybe shouldn't be going for. You can see their boost just going from 100 down to 50, and before you know it, it's at 0 and you're out for good.
Absolutely. This dude just tries to get a shot there and it's blocked nicely. It just seems like it's yeah, you're right. I mean, it's a boost management problem. I mean, it's going to cost them, like you said, in the milliseconds of time. I mean, it's the difference between having 10 boosts and not in certain situations.
Yeah, OSU's just finding Illini players where they aren't, and Illini is just doing a very good job of just being everywhere, right? Being wherever the ball is going to be. And OSU can't really do much about it right now. They're just struggling to get any type of possession.
Yeah, and you can see right here, Stu just has no boost, and it's gonna cost them the more that this continues.
Yeah, and from Stu there, when he had no boost, he was opting to go to the enemy's half while the ball was in his own half, so leaving his team in a 2v3 perhaps. Which it's a play that really relies on whether you're keeping track of the other team's players, which I'm not sure OSU's doing too great of a job at doing right now.
Unfortunately, looks like Queed's just gonna try to get a clearance at least.
Yeah, and if I was Queeds there, I would opt to keep that ball on the ground because you see the Illini player on the wall there, ready for him to pop it up, but he still just pops it right up to the player there.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just gonna have to take a little bit more composure and maybe not necessarily looking for options, but trying to look away
Hmm.
from Illini.
Incredible passes there from Illini. Just couldn't finish it. Dogwaters couldn't necessarily get on net there. Spookzilla outplaying his own teammate, dusting him a little there, and Stu able to shoot it, and he goes right in.
That right there was really interesting. I mean, I didn't really see any of the Illini at all. I guess maybe they were just that was a miscommunication there. They both tried to go for the same ball, and Stu was just able to
Yeah.
bury it in.
So Spookzilla there, very low on boost, opted to go for. He tried for a pinch, didn't quite get it, and he killed it. And then another Illini player rotated in, but OC was able to 50 it for their own shot. It just played out really well for OSU and really bad for Illini there.
Yeah,
I definitely chalked that up to more of a misplay from Illini, but I think that's going to get some more pep and OSU's step here.
yeah, absolutely. Especially since it's kind of closing. We're in the last 2 minutes, and as long as OSU can do their job, rotate properly, and play good defense, I mean, they could hold this game out to a 1-0 win. But it looks
Huge
like
error there from
Stu.
Spookzilla.
Wow, that was an amazing block from him. But yeah, you're right. I mean, that was a complete result as an error.
Yeah, completely misread that bounce on the ground and just dimed it right up for Stu to sink it completely open.
Yeah, now with the 2 goal advantage, it looks like OSU might sit a little bit more comfortably.
Yeah, and for a best of 5, looking at these teams, maybe if I was just looking at this as the first game with no context, I think these teams wouldn't be as evenly matched as it's looking like they are. It's just ping-ponging between each game of whether or not they're really going to show up and stay focused the entire 5 minutes.
Yeah, it just seems like I guess their mentality going for each game is just changing. It's adapting. It's like 1 minute they're trying to hold back and all of them are rotating as far forward, but the next they're all pushing up and maybe resulting in a counter that goes against them. It's a
Mm-hmm.
good save from
And it's
Casey.
little things there too as well. I saw Queeds on defense. He saw that the boost pad spawned behind him in the corner, and instead of going for it, knowing that he had 60 boost, which was plenty to defend, he opted to just rotate into net and be prepared and leave that boost for a teammate. So it's a bunch of little things like that that just add up to victory.
Absolutely, especially now with the 2 goal advantage with only 40 seconds left.
Mm-hmm. And it seems like the players are finally getting those jitters out. So the defensive play of maybe game 1 and 2 is starting to loosen up a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we can see it seems like the Illini are just really trying to push for it right now, but OSU's doing a really good job of just pressing and covering all angles when they can and stealing boost.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Stu, they're demoing their third, but not quite being able to get ball possession from their teammates. So can't quite sink it, but it's looking strong for OSU to close out this third match to be up 2-1.
Oh, the ball just bounces right across.
So match point for a best of 5.
Yeah.
So I know what I want to see from them for this. Hopefully, last match if they last game if they can take it, keep this momentum going. But I just want to hear what maybe you're looking forward to seeing from our OSU players.
Well, OSU are on match point. I mean, mentally, if you're on the Illini, you're thinking to yourself, man, if they win this game, I mean, they win the series, right? So, I mean, if I were OSU, I would take advantage of that and just go for it. Get really aggressive, start making really direct passing plays, and put the Illini under pressure. I mean, we know these are all good players, and we know how to work the game technically, but it can come down to a mental thing. We can see that both sides are evenly matched, or like they're doing really good. Both sides, all the games. I mean, we haven't seen too much of an advantage on each side. So, if OSU can maybe approach the mental game, they might be able to win this and take it home for us.
Yeah, and it certainly is a mental game, as you said, because even though OSU's up 2-1, Illini, I mean, you can still tie it. It's still anybody's game, so I don't want OSU to maybe fall into a dangerous mindset of changing their play too much. Because if it's working, then it's working. You just want to keep it and keep pushing.
Absolutely, and I think the worst thing for them to be is to just get comfortable and try and play really defensive, like you said. I think if they're going to try and win this game right now, they're going to have to take it really aggressively. So here it is.
Yeah, favorable kickoff there from Stu. Queed's instantly up, able to. Every player seemed to grab a boost pad and just jump right in off the kickoff.
Absolutely. It looks like Queets might get an open goal
Open.
here to Stu, and we're already starting off with the first goal within 14 seconds, which is exactly what we were just talking about them getting really aggressive and trying to throw them off guard.
Yeah, and if I'm V there, I'm spamming faking in quick chat. You
Oh,
just
what a
got dusted
save.
to the ball, not much you can do about it. You just go next.
Let's see how they can respond here. Looks like Perkdog's just going in again for these hard tackles.
A little bit of a messy landing there. Maybe that's why he's Perk Dog, not Perk Cat. But
Queets just getting these hits, just trying to put Illini under the pressure right now.
yeah, and a little late to the ball there from Stu, but still able to beat any Illini players to it. OSU doing a very good job of keeping possession. That's what you want to see if you're wanting to score goals. Is you just want to keep in the opponent's half. You want to keep taking their boosts, keep just making shots on net, whether they're getting saved or not.
Absolutely, and I think OSU are doing a fantastic job of that right now. You can see just the ball just before it crosses the halfway line. It looks like someone's going to clear it up.
I'm still seeing the solo queue warrior play though, specifically from Queets at least on that. He was going for a second touch, even though he knows his team has him backed up. So he's just draining his tank down to 0, maybe going for a ball that he knows he can't make it to. Probably not the smartest, but they're still able to keep in their half, so wide open though. Commentators curse again. Yeah, it's this rotation boost stuff. Going for balls that you're maybe not calling or your teammates could have a better touch on. Like right there, their third pushed up, maybe not thinking that Queeds had a touch on it or not. And both of them just getting the ball banana split right down the middle.
Absolutely. Oh, really close opportunity there. I mean, we can see that Illini are not giving up at all. They know they're not discouraged. You can tell. I mean, there's not been really much a change of play each game. It's just been the same thing going, and hopefully, maybe someone makes an error or someone does something a little bit better technically with your movement or your boost management, and you can see it's just a really really close game.
Yeah, and I'm OSU all the way here. Don't get me wrong, but I'm loving the gameplay coming here from Illini. They might not have the shots necessarily or the mechanics that OSU has, but they're trying their best to just play solidly, don't double commit, keep boost up in the 80s, make sure you're staying on defense whenever it's your turn to be third.
Absolutely.
But OSU's taking advantage maybe of them not being as fast as OSU, and it's looking like, oh my
wow,
gosh,
what a demo from Stu too.
There. Yeah, and that's the shot. It's just got psionics there on the crossbar, and no player was expecting it to stay right there, but OSU was able to get it out for a great save.
I was speechless for a second watching. I was like, I didn't know what was going on.
I was scared. Oh, but Illini gets it right back. The goal that they probably should have had earlier.
Yeah, I was so surprised. I was like, well, this is definitely going in, but it was just stalled.
Yeah, you could hear me pause for a second there. Definitely a clincher.
It felt like the world stopped for a second as we watched the ball try and get into the net there, but obviously they came back and sandbagged there, just got a goal that they probably rightfully deserved there.
Yeah, textbook kickoff right there, killing it, but Illini was able to beat OSU to get possession of the ball off the kickoff. The big demo there from Blues might result in a goal, but Perk Dog was able to boom it out of their half. Yeah, so Blue there was just demoing their third, which is huge for any team.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially right now. I mean, having numbers up, especially with both sides being this aggressive, is just going to be good for whoever gets the advantage, whoever gets the demo. And I'm hoping maybe OSU can do that and incorporate that at the final stages of the game here, especially since they're 1 goal down. Maybe try and get some numbers up.
A little bit of a mechanical misplay. Stu maybe didn't know how much boost he had to be able to control that ball. Then I was able to just take it out of his hands.
And there we see it. Perk Dog just try to get a demo, maybe to stall it for a little bit, but it looks like it's not going to be enough. It's just right on the crossbar.
Another demo there. Not really gonna result in much. Probably just a little drive-by pass right there for V, and he puts it right in.
Wow, I mean that was all a result of that demo earlier. I feel like, I mean, it probably threw some rotations off, and he was just able to drive it for a pass across goal. It seemed really, really easy for Illini there.
And those are the plays I said that I respect Illini for, even though I'm rooting for OSU, is that keeping the ball control, bringing it across the backboard, knowing exactly where your teammate is, putting it right in his hands, just sink it. Not much defense can do on there if they're not up on the backboard for that, which OSU wasn't, which possibly was a result of that demo. That was probably the player that should have been on the backboard there.
Absolutely, we can see another demo here. I feel like this is the most demos that we've seen, combined from both previous games. I don't remember any crucial demos.
Yeah, and the bumps too are huge. Because honestly, sometimes you want to opt for a bump rather than a demo if you know a player is super low on boost. Demo, you spawn with 33, so like a bump there, keeping Perk Dog out of the half when ball's in Blue's hands. Illini just has to play this like they've played the other game that they won. Just keep it in possession. Just make sure they're playing solid on defense, and it looks like they're going to close it out.
Yeah, ball's just on the floor there, and that was I feel like that was a little bit more of an interesting game in terms of how the goals resulted. I mean, the demos there. I feel like there was two, I think there was two demo goals, pretty much, or two demos that resulted in the helping of goals. Yeah, so I think that's really interesting to see because I don't think we saw that for the rest of the series, and now it's tied.
Yeah, demos kind of are something that maybe you just see as a play when you can't really get to the ball. So Illini there, specifically on that last goal they scored, V didn't really see a play that he could make with the ball, so instead opted to just take out one of the players and make it easier for his team, which I would like to see from OSU as well.
Yeah, and especially right now, since now the series is tied, it's a really close match. But it has been really nice to watch these evenly matched teams compete it out. And yeah, you got to give respect to both sides. I mean, they've been interesting in each game. It's come really close.
And I said earlier, the solo plays that OSU's doing, they've worked out sometimes. Other times, they've resulted in goals on them. It's the solo queue warrior in all of our players. It's, they want to just do everything themselves, but they need to realize that they have these teammates that are consistent shooters as well. I know Perk Dog's very good placement on some of his shots. I want to see more passes out to him. And we're coming in on Perk Dogs 10 seconds late into the game. But possession in Blue, so player AFK here.
Maybe, yeah, I guess
very
it was.
Strange start. Maybe a controller issue or something. Not what you want to see in Game 5 of a best of 5.
I guess it doesn't
Tweets,
matter.
Though.
I guess it was a fake play. It was a trick play. They've been working on that maybe in the training grounds a little bit, and it worked out for them.
Yeah, from AFK to scoring a goal, I guess. So strange start, but I'll take it. 1-0 for OSU.
Yeah, really strange. I mean, came in 10 seconds late. We see Stu was in.
Stu also maybe AFK.
Maybe it's the trick
I'm wondering
play.
What's going on.
I don't know.
Call right now.
They're something is going on right now.
I don't know. Oh, maybe restarting the game. We might be restarting the game. I'm sure it's like some controller issues.
Yeah.
Probably.
For a second,
Very funny. The drivers just left the car, went to go get a drink. Probably.
I don't know. That was really interesting. I thought for a second it was a trick play. I'm not gonna lie. I thought Queens was just like holding it back and then just came in and poached it, but I don't know.
Yeah.
And Stu also did it too at the beginning. We were really confused there, and then it seemed like everyone was just stopping their play. But I'm sure we'll get it resumed here shortly.
Yeah, getting back into it. And this is Game 5, so this is all the marbles. This is the game that determines it. So hopefully this at least gives our players a little bit of time to cool down.
Yeah, maybe that's what maybe they're just trying to get a break, and they just weren't prepared for it mentally.
Fake being AFK. Yeah, that's the strat. Yep. So we're remaking the lobby here. We should be back anytime soon.
Yeah, I wonder if this break will maybe give them some time to talk about some strategies. But well, it looks like we're jumping right back into it.
Hmm. I was thinking maybe if we had a sub, possibly, but it's the same players. Still, game five. Uh, I still do not want to see these boost wasting solo plays from OSU. I want to see all the teamwork that they have.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's going to be crucial right now. No one needs to be the hero. They just all need to work together, and especially now it's the last game. I mean, they gotta put it all on the line for each other.
Yeah, and I want to see these. Oh, incredible shot there from
Wow.
Stu. The little doink there
I mean,
up in
that
the
started with
air.
like a tackle from him right there, and then he just hits it with the underside of his car perfectly and tries to
Hmm.
get a block there, but it's just not enough. That was a great play from OSU.
Yeah, and I was just about to say earlier, Stu maybe not being so active on the corners. I've noticed I don't think any of these players are too confident in reading the ball perfectly off the corners and getting that really strong hit that they need because Stu kind of just grounded the ball to be taken from him by Illini.
Yeah,
But they were able to bring it back and get a goal out of it. So we'll see how that works out.
and oh, it just unfortunately misses a wide open shot. Maybe it was the pressure there.
Yeah, big shot opportunity there, but it's okay. They can bounce back if they just keep this out of their half. Huge shot there from Perk, but is blocked by Spooky.
Absolutely. It seems to be OSU is working a little bit more cohesively right now. They're putting the pressure on the Illini and really getting some plays off that we're going to have to respond with. And that's a good bump right there.
Hmm. Very smart from Stu there to hit it up rather than just straight in. But Spooky was a little misplay there. It was an open net. Maybe should have called out for a teammate to come in if possible to shoot that because he was in an awkward position. But
Absolutely.
OSU now is just they're relying on their speed, which they definitely have over Illinois. They definitely have uh, these game mechanics to be able to beat Illinois to most of the balls that they'll want to go for.
Yeah, absolutely. It looks like they're just managing their boosts, like you said you wanted, a little bit more effectively. I mean, the blue team there didn't even have boosts to get that 1v1. It looks like Queez just comes in from above and tucks it in on the right side. That was a great shot and a great read there.
Perk Dog just demoing the defender here, leaving no room up for a question on that goal.
Yeah, and it looks like so far, I mean, everything that we've talked about that we said we wanted and we wanted to see is coming together in harmony so far for OSU at least. I mean, they're doing the demos, the bumps, the boost management, and a really
Oh,
teasing
very
shot.
unfortunate own goal.
Oh wow! I mean that was interesting. That just came in right on the left side and hit the post there. Oh well, actually, yeah, Perk Dog hit it. I thought maybe it hit the post. I missed
The
that.
Yep, straight up own goal. Didn't quite make it there in time. Perk Dog probably thought he had a little bit more time on that than he did. You see those every once in a while. I mean, own goals happen. So that might have ruined a little bit of momentum here for OSU being up two, but hopefully they reel themselves together from that and just keep it going like they have been.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was just one of the errors that can definitely cost you. I mean, all it takes is just one second, one misplay. Now
Hmm.
they're only have a 2-1 lead. It's like Perk Dog
Yeah,
on the
and I've definitely
glass.
noticed our OSU team has been super read heavy this game as well. Specifically, Queeds is pre-jumping a lot of touches that Illini has been looking to get, but Illini maybe not, or maybe Queeds not being used to the speed that Illini is playing at, so you can't quite read it perfectly. And that's
Yeah,
where the boost management is coming into. Like Stu and Queed specifically, I've noticed are going for a lot of out there balls and going for some twists and turns in the air to
absolutely.
use a little bit more boost than they probably want to.
It's just
And
another
another
open goal right there.
defensive misplay. Yep.
Yeah, I think
Yep. Not what you want to see there.
Stu just tried to get a read and it was just barely off. I think I'm not sure whether that was like a I don't know. Maybe it was a really good shot or maybe it was just a defensive error by him. But
Hmm. Yeah, Perk Dog was landing on the wall there, very low on boost. So there's no chance of him making it back, and Stu going for a touch there, but just got dusted to it.
Perk Dog here's going
Nice
for the
flick there from
dribble.
Perk Dog. can't quite get around the second defender, but Queeds puts it up for his teammate and is taken down by Spooky.
See how OSU responds here. They look a little bit clumped together there on that side, but Perk Dog's just gonna come in and give a nice solid touch.
Yeah, there was no one there to contest them, and threes, realistically, there should be someone contesting practically every ball, but some of the rotations are getting cut. Some players double committing could ruin that, which we have been seeing from OSU, and that's why most of the goals have been being scored on them is just some double commits and some boost and rotation errors.
Yeah, especially coming into the last minute here, they're just gonna have to focus. I mean, they're just gonna have to make sure that they do their job, like you just said. I mean, just focus on the little things. It looks like they're getting a counterattack here, but so you're just trying to get a pass across, and really close.
This is exciting though. Tied, 30 seconds left. 2-2, 2-2. Match and score. So
absolutely, and I think that's really indicative of just how evenly matched this series have been. I mean, 2-2 in the last 20 seconds. It's almost like it was written. It's meant to be.
Yeah, both teams are terrified to go for anything. You see their Spooky up on the front, just booming the ball mid for his teammates, but his teammates just hanging out at the halfway point. They don't want to give up anything for OSU. Straight down, Sandbag couldn't quite get that away from Perk Dog, and I don't know if they're gonna opt for overtime. Not much choice there. Hits the ground. We go into overtime. This goal will decide the set.
Oh man, it's really, really close. It could be anyone's game right now. Things have been turned around. Illini came back from a 2-0 deficit, and now they are tied, and it could be anyone's game right now.
Yeah, and I want to see OSU just staying consistent mechanically, and I want to see Illini keeping those passing plays as an option. Those are the win conditions, I think, for both teams.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think defensively, too, I think OSU's just going to have to, well, actually, both sides are just going to have to properly rotate. They're probably now maybe just as jittery or shaky as they were at the beginning of the game, now that they know that this is pretty much everything's on the line.
Yeah. Some smart plays coming here from Illini and Sandbag, keeping the ball away on the ceiling, away from OSU. OSU is consistently able to get it out of their half, but not necessarily get any shot opportunities.
Looks like Stu here's going for an air.
Little flipper set from Stu, gets it around a defender, but Sandbag's there to get it out.
Shot.
Well-placed touches from all teams, and Stu's able to just read that touch from the defender there and put it in for the match, the set, the game-winning point.
Wow. Posted like an egg on Sunday morning right there.
Yes, sir.
Just fired at upper 90. Just no chance for the defenders right there. That was, wow. That was a crazy series, honestly.
Yeah, so V there not really getting the touch they might have wanted, and Stu just reading him like a book.
Yeah.
They're really being there, ready for the shot. None of the defenders being able to read V's touch either, just leaving it open for a shot.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was just like, I feel like I would have expected a different kind of goal there to end it off, maybe like a pass off the wall or something, but it just ended up being OSU being really aggressive and unfortunate defensive mistake for the Illini.
Yep. Yeah, and I think most of the goals, for sure, were those small mechanical mistakes. Less so from OSU, seemed pretty consistent mechanically, but not so consistently rotation-wise or defensively, because Illini, those goals that they were getting to win their 2 points that they got were from those passing plays, getting around those defenders, and OSU not being ready for those passes. So it was that teamwork that worked really well for Illini, and in the end, it was those mechanics, the speed, and the reads that got OSU the win there.
Absolutely, and we're proud for our Buckeyes. But we're going to be coming back with another match here at 9:15 against Old Dominion. Yep.
Hoping to keep this momentum going.
Yeah. So what is it right now? It's 8:52, so that'll be very shortly. All right. We'll see you guys soon.
See ya. All right, we're back. So just a short 20-minute break in between matches. Coming up, we got ODU, Old Dominion University, against OSU. So coming off of a win, very close one, win to overtime in Game 5. Very, very exciting stuff. So I'm hoping to see OSU keep that momentum coming straight into this ODU match.
Yeah, and me personally, I think they got their first game jitters out of the way. Especially by the time we came to Game 5, it was a really competitive match, and it looked really, really on edge there. I mean, it went down to overtime, like you said, and yeah, I mean, I'm hoping to see them carry their momentum, me personally. But is there anything in particular that you're looking out for the OSU side?
Well, for OSU, just carryover. Heard that ODU got 3-0'd their first match, so hoping to maybe kick them a little bit more. That's a little rude, actually, but keep those mechanics strong, mostly. Solo plays can be a burden and a blessing, so I think we were doing pretty well in keeping that smart first match.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the team play is like everything right now, especially. I mean, yeah, we saw some people try to go for some solo chances last game, and it didn't pay out all the time, unfortunately. So I think if they can bounce back in this game, come a little bit strong with their momentum and their confidence, they'll be able to turn it around and basically, I think maybe they can do a repeat and get a 3-0 as well.
Yeah, and I don't want OSU to get cocky because that is some of the cause of the defensive errors possibly is getting a little comfortable with what they're doing, but specifically with the team last match is they had a lot of really good passing plays and we weren't always ready for them. So we don't have any clue on how ODU is going to be. We don't know if Old Dominion is going to have good passing plays or if they're going to match our mechanics as well and also have solo plays, or if they're going to be a little grimy, maybe go for bumps and demos and try to take the opponents out rather than have clean shots.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think it's just going to be very important for them in general. I think the rotation and to be a little bit light off the press. I think we saw a couple times last game where they definitely had a mistake where the goal was just wide open multiple times, even on both sides. I think a couple times, but especially OSU's, and that could be a problem if they don't get that sorted out, especially for this next game. And now that the series is reset, maybe they can take a little bit of time to relax and focus on what they need to do. But it's going to be really crucial for them to patch it up in the back, I guess. Make sure there's not any easy chances.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and this isn't RLCS. This is Collegiate Rocket League, so we're bound to see mistakes, and many of them. So it's just about whatever team adapts the best and brings their A game.
Yeah, should be really interesting to see this one, especially. I mean, we didn't know anything last game about the opponents, and we still don't know anything other than the fact that they are the Big Blue. That is their mascot.
Big Blue, huh?
Yeah. Unfortunately, we are not the Big Red. That would be
Yeah.
pretty cool. Isn't that a soda brand?
Big Red. I know. Big Pop.
Big Pop.
Duck. Yeah, Big Pop. I don't know. Well, even more reason to take them down. Big Blue.
We can refer to them as the Big Red. We'll say the Big Red versus the Big Blue. Hopefully the Big Red storms through today. I'm hoping for it. Get 2 series wins. That'd be great for our side, confidence wise. But you are right.
Sadly,
I mean, there is a difference between getting cocky and being confident, though. I mean, they gotta. I mean, you are right. They make a lot of mistakes, but I think if they keep their focus and they know if they know that they're better than the other team, I mean, they should show it. They should get a little bit aggressive with it at times.
Yeah. Sadly, in Rocket League, though, the teams are orange and blue, not red and blue.
Yeah, you are right.
We can't let Old Dominion get their blue though. Hopefully, we're on blue. Triple up a bit.
Then we would be the Big Blue. Is that what you want?
Yeah, because we're the Big Blue and the Big Red at the same time. Like a skill boost.
Yeah, it's like the perfect storm.
The perfect storm, like what was happening today.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh my gosh, that was crazy to me. Walking
Horrible
around
storm, yeah.
campus, I had no idea it was raining until I walked outside and like I just was like I was shocked and I had to go back for my raincoat, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm used to just staying inside, so today wasn't really any different.
Oh, you just like open up the window and you're like, oh look, there's
Yep,
rain.
not today.
Not today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fortunately, I mean, I gotta walk around campus a lot to get where I need to go. I don't have classes
Hmm.
in person, but food is not an option that's in my room, unfortunately.
True, true.
Yeah.
Yeah, and delivery's expensive.
Oh yeah, people sometimes get their food delivered, don't they? Through Grubhub and stuff through OSU.
Yeah, it's too much money.
So much for not enough dining dollars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully the weather clears up a little bit though. Just looking at my weather app, it's supposed to be getting warmer and hopefully sunnier, except for like this weekend. Actually, it's supposed to rain again, so never mind, I lied.
That's crazy because I swear I remember last year, like during March or something, it snowed. Maybe I'm just like not. Maybe I dreamed about it, but
Hmm.
I'm not sure. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
weather's been super weird.
It
It's
really
this
has.
global warming, climate change stuff.
Yeah, and
I'm
there's
not
not
a
enough people
meteorologist,
playing
so I
car
don't know.
soccer on the
Yeah,
weekends.
not enough Rocket League.
Yeah,
That's how we solve climate change,
it should be. I think. I think we should
for
just
sure.
take it out on the car soccer field.
What's the? There's a map where it rains on the outside. I think it's Beckham
Oh,
Field or something. Beckham Field,
oh
snowy
man.
rain.
What is one of the stadium that's called like Tokyo? Is
Neo
it
Tokyo.
Neo Tokyo? Dude, that's my
Yeah,
favorite map. When he
I'd be
starts
so
shouting at
bad.
you.
I'd be so bad at Rocket League trivia because even though I have like a ton of hours, I can't name the maps like basically at all, except for the weird ones like Aquadome and stuff.
Oh yeah. Oh, that
There's so
one's
many new
fun.
cars all the time too.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I swear like when I played I would change my car like every I don't know. I feel like I changed it every week. Is what I felt like just to like mix it up, just to see
Hmm.
something new. But some people have those like really expensive items that they just showcase, and I'm like, wow. But not that that matters as much as like other games. I feel like.
Hmm. This is my little insider tip though is if you're queuing into someone that has like really expensive items, usually they're not going to be as good. From my experience, at least, it's always the traders that int in their ranked games.
I just make sure I go in with like a scarab. That I think
Scared.
that's the sign that you're intimidating them. You know, that's someone to fear. If
Yeah,
someone walks in there with that
optimal flip resets
optimal, yeah.
on the Scarab. Small surface area. That's why I play Mantis now. I switched from Octane to Mantis just because it's so flat. Like I Flicks feel insanely powerful on it, but I've come to realize that flip resets just aren't possible. It's so big.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever played with the Mantis. I've only used the Octane and the Dominus, I think.
Hmm. Yeah, I used to mess with Dominus a bit back in like season 7, but that was like Batmobile craze. Back then, everyone was
Oh,
cooksier in the Batmobile.
yeah. Oh my gosh. Man, Rocket League has been out for that long. I am still blown away by that. I've been playing it for so long.
Yeah, 2015, 2014. I
Wow.
remember it was actually how I got into it was free back on PlayStation. Oh, cutting that off. Just hopping into the game.
Oh my
So
god.
is this the Beckham Field or whatever? I don't know the maps.
Yeah, it looks like we have a different lineup here. We got different people.
Yeah, full different lineup actually from
Nice.
OSU.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that means exactly. Um, but, you know, I mean, it looks like they're playing good so far. It looks like we got back and forth so far. Nothing glaringly to point out.
Hmm. Yeah, so we got Slaney, Poke, just rotating in and out, taking shots. Diesel coming in. Yeah, so hopping right in, off straight off a kickoff. Very dominating from OSU, just not letting ODU get anything out of their half.
Yeah, and we could see all three of Old Dominion's players just on the camera on kickoff. I mean, they were all clumped up there. I mean, I'm not sure if that was a lack of rotation or just kind of the way it was exactly where the players were. But yeah, OSU's doing a really good job dominating, keeping the press right now.
Hmm. Oh, a little bit of a ballroom dance there. I don't know what's going on to the players. Uh, Diesel went for a little cheeky flick earlier too. I think OSU's feeling very confident right now. Whoa. Okay,
Wow, they're getting some
that would have been
interesting plays
crazy.
going right now.
Yeah, this is okay. Yeah, OSU is definitely looking a lot more free form than last game. I think last game they were like hard rock. This game they're like jazz.
Ah, that's a good analogy. I like that.
Yeah, yeah. I
Unfortunately,
think
Old Dominion is the blue team, so we actually are facing the big blue,
big orange versus big blue, big
big one.
red.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think OSU is able to sniff out these players like instantly. And like I said earlier, with the mechanics and stuff, um, OSU being confident on the mechanics side and with their speed, I'm sure they're gonna stay solid. Coming off of last game, I'm pretty sure. Oh, little roll two in the back. Uh, even in a tournament setting, big stakes, you have to keep that true. Oh,
absolutely.
yep, little bit of a 2v2. Someone got demoed. Did they break the? Nope, they're still there. They're still there.
Wait, they're still there. Oh my
Yep.
goodness.
That
Wow.
I. They better not break it. I'm gonna be upset.
Oh, absolutely. That is wow. I mean, that's just respect. That's sportsmanship at its
True.
finest.
Yeah, I hope you can't get banned for being AFK when you do that though, because I know in ranked it can kick you for being idle.
Really?
Yeah, I've
That's
had it happen
hilarious.
before. I'm definitely a rule tour.
Absolutely. If I get stuck, I mean, no, I'm there. I mean, I just can't believe
Hmm.
it's still going on. I mean, that's respect. I mean, and it looks like it's just going to be
Yeah.
an easy goal. And unfortunately, we don't get to see that anymore. Uh,
Yeah. So the rule one's just leaving it at a 2v2, which is a whole different game than 3v3. So it was just kind of a bit of fun from both teams there, just messing around.
yeah,
OSU is going to be the one that breaks that up, though. And I'm sure there's going to be people in the chat telling me it's rule one, it's rule two,
it's rule
it's rule
two.
two. Okay.
Absolutely. I agree with you.
Rule one is keeping the ball in the air at 0 seconds. Rule two is you can't break contact when you're stuck in that car. Okay.
It looks like OSU's just really confident right now. I mean, they are really putting the press on ODU.
Yeah, so I'm wondering if this roster change was maybe to just get some subs, a little bit of playtime, because I'm sure the players have more idea of what the other team's capable of than we are, maybe as commentators. So they're
Yeah,
just feeling very confident enough to try to get a little bit of experience for all of their players on the team.
yeah, absolutely. And we can see it's 3-0 right now with a minute 41 to go. And yeah, I mean, it just looks like, despite that little funny thing that they had going on there, I mean, they were still dominating. I mean, even though it
Yeah,
was like a duos match there for a hot second. Um, but yeah, it looks. I mean, don't get me wrong. Old Dominion's had some chances, but it just looks like, and well, OSU
it's
is
looking
countering off
very
of it.
rough.
Yeah, unfortunately, the big blue is it looks like they're turned into the small blue. Unfortunately,
Small.
they're not doing much of an impact right now.
Yeah, it's a mechanical mismatch. I'm sure. Some players just aren't maybe as high in the ranks, just not used to the speed coming from the OSU team, and they're just not able to keep up in any sort. And I'm sure this is just going to keep happening for OSU, just scoring again and again, because Old Dominion, it really is just a mismatch, at least for this game.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see going into the next game. Maybe they just feel a little bit demoralized right now and don't really know how to respond with 5 goals, especially with a minute left. It's almost
Yeah,
nearly impossible for that to happen. But it just, I mean, I haven't really seen any. I don't think I've seen any mechanical, or I guess some technically advanced moves from Old Dominion yet to be able to maybe gain the upper hand in certain situations on the attack and defense.
yeah, they've been on the back basically the entire match, which is to be expected, it seems, or at least it's what OSU expected coming into it.
Absolutely. I mean,
So
even if we didn't know anything about the Old Dominion team, we could tell right away that OSU was getting really confident with some of their hits and their plays.
it's looking like a game of casual for OSU here, going for some freestyles, tricking a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah, off the wall read.
it's a good touch, good goal. I'll give it to him. I mean, that's better than I could do for sure.
Okay, OSU has to hit a musty now though, if they're gonna go for that stuff.
Oh yeah, they're
Hit a
gonna have to
ceiling
hit a
musty or
turtle goal
something.
from our side.
Don't want to disrespect them, but uh, not much to go off. Other than Old Dominion just not able to keep up on any front. Really, it's just looking like a sweep here.
Yeah, I mean,
Incoming.
I don't know what to say exactly. I mean, yeah, like you said, there's not really much to go off of. I'm not sure what kind of communication's going on or what they're trying to do, but
Yeah, I am excited to see some new faces though from OSU. Because the whole team swapped. Not a single player is returning from the last match we had. Uh, so it's good to see that we have this great talent like all across with the subs and everything. We had our main team playing last time, and then we have our subs, and they're all seemingly mechanically gifted. They seem to know what they're doing, offensively and defensively. I'd honestly say it looked like it might just be the team that they're playing against, but it looked like the rotation was a little bit cleaner from this second squad, perhaps of OSU.
yeah, I mean, that's what I was just about to say. That like that was one of the first things I noticed was like the rotation, and maybe just because Old Dominion's on the back foot and gives plenty of time for these players, these new players that we're seeing, to rotate properly. But yeah, I do agree. It's been really interesting to see a whole new lineup of players, and we'll be able to get a whole idea of the entire team here in general. I mean, but it seems like you said, they're all technically mechanically gifted. Um,
Mhm.
but yeah, it's so I mean that was a 6-0 win. We're gonna see coming into game two how that's gonna change maybe.
Yeah, I definitely want to see a little bit more of a fight, but if Old Dominion's team just isn't up to snuff to keep up with the speed that Ohio State's putting on, then it's just going to look like same old, same old. There's
Yeah,
not really much
absolutely,
that you can change if you don't have the ability to change it.
exactly. So we'll see how it changes here.
Yeah, and I mean, even on kickoffs, you see OSU players going for speed flips on kickoff to get there first, but Old Dominion not really maybe knowing or being able to execute that.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's
I mean,
just,
this was a really good pass too. I mean, I'll give credit to OSU. That was really good passing play and a really nice shot there. And it's already 10 seconds into the match and it's 1-0.
there's Jag from Old Dominion that wasn't really able to necessarily read that. It was more of a reactionary attempt to block, which that's all really Old Dominion's been doing so far is this reactionary stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's not paying off for him at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just like right here, for example, I mean, all three of them are behind the half field, and obviously there's not much you can do when the ball's constantly on your side. But a little bit of a defensive error there. This might lead to a goal.
Huge bumps on Jag and that there. Yeah, this is starting to look like my ranked teammates.
It's starting to look like me.
Bumping, bumping each other, getting in the way.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Nice little pass down there, and there were three people on defense, and Slaney was still able to get it through just because they had that trust. Poke, just knew he was going to be able to get it right to Slaney, and Slaney knew that Poke was going to get it. And maybe ODU wasn't quite sure what they were going to do because they don't really have that experience, perhaps, to be able to read a play like that.
Yeah, and it just seems like they're not really playing for each other. I mean, usually we talk about like people trying to go for solo goals and all these spectacular things, but it just seems like they're not really. There's like a lack of communication. Like sometimes there's two people on one person or one person attacking the ball, and yeah, it's just not paying out for them right
Yeah.
now, unfortunately.
Makes me happy as OSU to see that we have such a strong team.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, it's fantastic watching them. I mean, like all credit to these three players right here. I mean, they're doing fantastic. They're doing their job. They got 4 goals. They haven't conceded any so far in the series. It's incredible.
Yeah, if I did have maybe some tips for Old Dominion's team, uh, grind that free play. These reads coming from these other players, from OSU specifically, uh, Old Dominion doesn't seem to be used to this high level of play, like maybe this Grand Champ or high Grand Champ stuff that OSU is able to pull off. Uh, Maybe the ranks that the individuals are at, they haven't really seen anything like this before, or even if they haven't really learned how to fight against it. So definitely try to get used to high level gameplay, which I'm sure from playing against teams like OSU and like some of the other teams in the play versus tournament, they'll get used to it eventually and get those hours in.
Yeah, absolutely. And we don't even know about the lineup of Old Dominion too. This could be a completely different lineup than what they
They're
usually
used to
do.
them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or it could be the same. We don't really know, um, but yeah, all in all fairness, I mean OSU are they're doing a really good job with these new 3 players. I mean, obviously we had a different opponent last game, and it's hard to tell, but we can tell they're doing a lot of things right. I mean, we can see bumps, we can see rotations, we can see boost management. It's all right there, and
Mhm.
I think it's fantastic to see the quality kind of dispersed throughout all the 6 players that we watched so far.
Yeah, and I think this is a great opportunity for both teams too. So Old Dominion gets to get that experience from playing against these high level teams, and OSU also gets to work on some of the areas that they're not as well versed in, like passing or positioning, rotation stuff,
Yeah, absolutely.
which
It's
is
helpful. It's helpful to have players there, just cars, to be able to try and hit around or to try and just gauge how exactly you can air dribble or pass the ball more effectively.
yeah, I'm sure that's why we've subbed in these players, which I definitely agree with. Like, if you know you're going up against a team that maybe isn't really up to snuff against yours, then having some of your subs get a little bit more experience is a great idea.
Yeah, absolutely. It's more of like a confidence booster. I mean,
Hmm.
this is now the second game that we've seen to their collegiate
Yeah,
record, so getting that experience
starting to
really early
see,
on is nice.
yeah, starting to see OSU just messing around, a little disrespectful goofiness over here, just kind of freestyling, testing their mechanics out, I guess. But if I was OSU here, I wouldn't necessarily be trying to rack up points or really go for freestyles. I would just be focusing on that passing
Yeah, I
and like reading
mean,
your teammates, getting that experience as well from both teams is important.
yeah, yeah, they just seem to be just full of confidence, doing exactly what they want to do, and with not much error either.
Yeah, I don't really see much shot for Old Dominion to really claw their way out of anything here.
Yeah, unfortunately. If I were OSU, maybe next game I would probably sub me in, maybe.
Yeah, get the
Maybe.
commentators on.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, and this isn't really. I'm sure the players also aren't really having a blast right now. You like to see close games.
yeah, absolutely. If I was Old Dominion right now, I'm not sure how I'd feel, but
A little
they're
demoralizing.
holding strong. They're it looks like they're not they're not giving up by any means. I think that they're definitely trying to fight, but obviously we can see a difference mechanically and you know and game speed. They're just not used to it, but they're still giving it a try. I mean, fair play to them.
I want to see a goal. I want to see ODU get at least one. Maybe even the Brazil here with OSU up 7, get the 7-1.
Oh yeah.
Oh, never mind. Poke ruined it. It's
Oh,
okay.
that's unfortunate.
It's all right though.
Yeah, just all three of those players they're clumped together. I mean,
Mm-hmm. Slaney flying right through the heart there. Very cute.
to be honest, I don't even know what my goal explosion is set to. It could be absolutely nothing. I feel like I'm too behind the times there.
I remember when goal explosions weren't a thing.
Oh yeah.
Just all the default. Yeah, there you go.
Well, I'd
That's what
say
I'm
that's
talking
a
about, Slaney.
yeah. I mean, I'd say it's a pretty not conventional goal by Old Dominion by any means. Maybe not something they're used to seeing, but interesting little
Slaney,
deflect there.
yeah, Slaney got a dime and he knew exactly what to do with it though. Even if it was on his own goal, he had to take the shot. I
Yeah,
respect that for sure. I would have done the same.
yeah, absolutely. That was a really good deflect there. That's probably way better than I could ever do. I'd find a way to miss it completely.
Yeah, open nets seem to be the enemy of most people. You always
The
Athena flick it.
mailbox,
The mailbox, yeah.
typical. And now, well, it's 2-0 in the series, and I think it's fair to say that OSU has probably got the third game wrapped up, don't you think?
It's a little bit of a yawner, sadly, to finish out, but even with the sub den team, it's looking great, staying consistent. ODU not really putting up much of a fight, sadly, but yeah, it's looking like a very strong victory going to OSU.
Yeah, and if I were ODU right now, I'd probably just start, demoing them constantly, nonstop. Maybe just try and change the game up a bit. Go a little bit unconventional, try a different approach, something maybe
Start typing in chat.
Start typing in chat. Yeah, I mean, try
Yeah,
all the things that you normally wouldn't see.
yes, we need to start talking about their mothers. Just whatever that'll make the OSU team upset.
Yeah, maybe Old Dominion need to be all on their backside of the car, facing up. Maybe drive around like that. Maybe throw them off a little bit.
Switch to keyboard and mouse.
Switch to keyboard and mouse. Maybe like a Wii remote.
Wii remote.
Yeah.
Donkey Kong bongos.
Oh, now that would be interesting. Or like
Yeah,
a guitar.
I'd pay to see that.
You'd pay if that was in a RLCS championship game. That would be crazy.
That would be high. Yeah.
I think that's my goal in life now.
Play with become the best Donkey Kong bongo player.
Yeah, absolutely. Looks like they're just queuing into the match here, very slowly but surely. But we're hopping into the third match of the series.
Yeah, glad to see no lobby issues though. This match.
Yeah, absolutely. Nice and clean.
We love a good broadcast.
Here. They just got it clear.
Yep. Team staying the same. So no switch ups, keeping everything consistent. Same old from OSU.
20 seconds in.
Yep. I do like this touch from Diesel here. Usually that would be contested. Like 9 times out of 10, it'd be contested on the wall there. But getting it perfectly mid out rather than straight forward is getting it straight forward from there. Then it's closer to the defenders than it is to your teammates to shoot.
Right.
So very smart still.
Yeah.
Ooh,
wow.
A little bit of an angle there.
That was a really tight angle, and it just seems Old Dominion just really can't get the ball cleared by any means. I mean, they're trying to, but it looks like our team's just doing a great job of intercepting the ball before it even gets past the halfway line.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, OSU's looking like Google Chrome, and Old Dominion's looking like Internet Explorer out here.
Yeah. Well, they might have to upgrade to Microsoft Edge sometime soon.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a really close shot there.
Yeah, even with the chances, that he's kind of just vibing,
yeah,
staying back, driving backwards and stuff, doing their thing.
I think they're just having fun. They might think this is like free play or something. I'm not sure.
Casual match.
Maybe
a little bit of a string shot, a little cheeky string shot. Try from Diesel.
Yeah.
That demo was crazy. I didn't even think he touched him there. Wow.
Very interesting approach, I'd say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I hope Old Dominion doesn't think OSU's being rude or anything with how they're playing.
I mean, I think the best time to try these things are definitely in game, so hopefully they don't find it too disrespectful. But I think they're definitely trying to go for the more fancier, the more advanced techniques, just for their sake. Especially with a bunch of the cars in net.
Mm-hmm. If there's anything I can say though, I really like Jack's car. I didn't know there was a tuxedo skin for the Octane. You take a chance.
Oh,
Yeah, look up close. It's a tuxedo.
oh my gosh! I just
It's
didn't
really
really
cool.
notice that. I looked past that. That's so cool. I
Yeah,
want that now.
their car's got some drip. That was a very quick pass there. Uh,
It's a really good save too. But yeah, that was a really really quick pass and shot. I mean, that looked
mhm.
nice.
I would have loved to see more of that last game from OSU for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool. Really close opportunity there again.
Another pass there. Yeah, so I can definitely tell OSU is just thinking about passes. That's definitely on their mind here, even though they're going for these mechanically challenging plays and maybe freestyling a little bit. They're still trying to get those passes out and
Oh,
work
Josh just
on
tucked it right
positioning a little
in.
bit.
Yeah, yeah, you are right. I mean, they're definitely working on the passing here. I think it's very important for them though too. I mean, passing is can change the game just like that. I mean, taking any
Mhm.
ball that's on a wall or a ceiling and changing it into a shot that's on goal and easy for someone else to score.
Yeah, and passing is what takes these great players and turns them into a great team. Because you may have those individually gifted players, mechanically, physically, whatever, but if you're not reading your teammates and getting those passes out, then it's just not going to mesh, and you're not really going to be able to get much, despite maybe being better individually than the other team.
And right there's a perfect example of a pass, a nice driven ball up the field, and Diesel here is just able to lay it off and touch it in for
Yeah,
goal.
just getting around the other team. Yeah, this is the first week of PlayVS. We have 5 weeks, so setting this precedent of a 2-0 going in, hopefully raising the morale of our OSU gamers, but also hoping it's not giving them too big of a head, too big of an ego.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they won against the previous opponents, and now they've won against Old Dominion.
Yeah,
And it's been
yeah,
nice for them confidence wise. They've gotten an idea that they can win games and they can compete. I mean, they're doing a fantastic job.
yeah. And Illini last match definitely were worthy opponents. It wasn't anything to scoff at. Super close game start to finish. And honestly, I envied their passing. I hope that OSU takes a page out of their book as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Just
Yep.
gets a follow up shot there. There's a minute and 19 to go, and it looks like OSU's just they're gonna take the series here, 3-0 clean sweep. But it's been nice to see them trying. Yeah, them not taking it easier by any means. They want to make sure that they keep focus and keep momentum on the way they play, subs or not, whoever
Yeah.
the lineup is. But it's been nice to watch their play, their
Yeah.
fast play.
Just looks like OSU smirking right now. Oh, are we gonna see a mailbox? Sadly, Malphus didn't really have boost to make it there. That was the opportunity to get that goal. Uh, couldn't quite get it.
Yeah,
Yeah, OSU
unfortunately.
just looks like they're smurfing right now.
Yeah, unfortunately, for Old Dominion, it's not looking too hot right now.
Yep. So OSU looking forward to next week playing more challenging opponents. Working on the goal scoring really because it's both aspects. It's the shooting, and the passing. And if I was Old Dominion, looking forward to next week, then just focus on working cohesively as a team. Like there, it's just triple commits after triple commits, and also just hitting that free play, hitting the gym, you know, getting those mechanics more solid to get prepared for more teams like this as well. Because there's more than just OSU out there, so you're gonna face some tough opponents.
Yeah, and as you said earlier, I think you said maybe in game one or game two, you mentioned free play. I think that's really important for them to just see how the ball bounces in certain situations and get an idea. I think they should really, really focus on that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah,
really
because
close
OSU
though there.
seems very solid. Definitely, I can tell our OSU players have been hitting the free play pretty consistently,
Yeah, they've been hitting the gym, hitting the weights
hitting the
often.
weights. Yep. making sure they get in that leg day.
Like, yeah, you never want to skip wheel day. That's
Yeah, wheel day.
yeah, it's very very important. I mean, it looks like they. I mean, OSU is looking like they never skip wheel day. I mean, I can see they're moving fast.
Oh yeah, zooming.
Absolutely. We got 11 seconds left here. Looks like it's just
Let's
gonna be a
get one
close
more.
one.
Get those double digits. Ooh,
Oh,
close.
very close. They might get it right
I think Puck
here.
might be able to tuck it in.
Okay,
Yep.
10 double
Get the double
digits.
digits.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow, I don't think I've ever seen that really ever. Maybe in a
Yeah,
game
it's
of Rumble.
scary. No rumble double digits.
It's 3 seconds left. Maybe they can get another one here. Oh, they're just gonna kill it. Didn't follow rule number one,
Yep.
unfortunately.
That's the rule number one. I think they were just trying to rush to the end, get that over with, just get the win in the books, which that's fine.
Yeah, absolutely. But we did see some really good plays today, I'd say, from OSU. I mean, in general, like the first game and now this game, both series, both sides really competing, really showing just how fast and how, clinical they are, really, with their chances. And they've made some mistakes a couple times, but all in all, I'm really impressed with the team so far as a whole.
Hmm. Yeah, and both of these matches, Illini last time being such a close match, shows the rigor that these matches can force out of you, staying consistent and everything. And this match against ODU, not as close, shows that OSU is also able to adapt and like have these free form plays that they can pull out. So if they can take that into their game plan, going up against, then that can get a little bit more intimidating for some other teams that we might play.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think that's going to conclude it here for Ohio State. If you guys would like to tune in, there'll be future broadcasts. I'm not sure
Yep.
what days.
Make sure follow us, Ohio State Esports. Follow all of our socials. Broadcast, me and Rylan gonna be back next week. Overwatch coming up
25th.
soon.
Yep, same time, the 25th, I believe, right?
Yep.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the games here and our commentary a little bit there.
Yep. It was great to be here. So thank you.
Yep, thank you. See you.
See you guys.